You know that feeling, right? That sinking pit in your stomach when you look up and see a water stain on the ceiling? It's so stressful. And your first thought is probably, oh no, a bad shingle. But you know, the real story can be a little more complicated than that.
And it is absolutely critical to find out what that real story is. Because if you get the diagnosis wrong, you can end up paying for a repair that doesn't actually fix anything. Then you're out the time, you're out the money, and the water is just continuing to cause damage behind the scenes. Getting it right the first time? Well, that's everything.
So, how do you even start to figure it out? Well, you basically have to become a little bit of a detective. And there are two big clues that can really point you in the right direction: where the stain is and when the leak actually shows up.
Okay, now this is where the patterns start to get pretty clear. If that stain is out in the open, in the middle of a ceiling, far away from any walls or vents, and it seems to leak during pretty much any kind of rain, well, you're probably looking at a shingle issue. But if that stain is right up against a chimney, a vent, or a wall, and it only shows up during that heavy, sideways, wind-driven rain, like a classic South Jersey nor'easter, that is a huge red flag for a flashing problem. Now, these are just really strong clues, not a final diagnosis. To truly 100% confirm the source, a professional has to actually get up on the roof. They're going to systematically check all the flashing, they'll assess the condition of the shingles, and then they connect what they're seeing on the outside with the evidence on the inside. It's really the only way to get a definitive answer. And this brings us to the most important point of all. You always have to remember this. Water travels. The stain you see on your ceiling is just the end of the line. It's not where the journey started. The actual spot where water's getting in could be several feet away. And that's exactly why a thorough on-roof inspection just isn't negotiable. So before you fix what seems obvious, you have to ask yourself, have you really found the source?